Good morning, beautiful people. Beautiful people, beautiful people, beautiful people. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Yes, I'm excited this morning. I'm so very excited this morning. I'm excited. Even though it's raining, my shirt look like it's tie-dyed, but that's actually water from raining. I just came from the grocery store. Let me put some hand sanitizer on my hand too. I always like to put hand sanitizer on my hand after I come up out of the grocery store. Y'all, it will not break you. Say that with me. And make it personal. It will not break me. Sometimes you got to get personal with it. You know, you got people all online saying motivational, inspirational things. But sometimes you got to take whatever's name in it and put your own name in it. It's not going to break you. It's not going to break you. I've been talking to people lately. And as I've started as a life coach, I've come across so many interesting situations that people are going through. I have a pretty peaceful life and I don't really do too much other than work, go to church, hang out with my son, go on a trip from time to time. But this life coaching thing has opened my eyes to the struggles of so many other people. But I wanted to come this morning and tell you it will not break you. The toxic mother that you had growing up, the toxic father that you had growing up, the relationship that didn't go well, the job that laid you off, the dream that seems like it's been deferred and it seems like it's not coming quick enough, the children who aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, this virtual learning environment that us as parents have to be in, it will not break you. Start professing over yourself, I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. And I'm not saying strong as if you're a woman, you're a man. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the mental things that are coming up against you, the depression, the doubt, the fear, the anxiety, the not feeling loved, the not feeling appreciated, the not knowing if you have real friends in this world, the family members who are coming against you, the job that is just not working anymore. It used to be your favorite place to work, but now it's just like the people there are getting on your nerves. The boss is getting on your nerves. Just the whole environment is getting on your nerves. COVID will not break you. Do you understand what is coming out of my mouth? COVID will not break you. This pandemic will not break you. What you're going through right now will not break you. The weapon has been formed, but it will not prosper against you. The anxiety to where you have that nervous stomach, to where you feel like, I don't know what's going to happen next. You feel uncertain about a lot of things. You feel like you don't know what's going to happen one day from the next. It's not going to break you. The depression, the sadness because some things have changed in your life. Your job has maybe let you go. Your job may have limited your hours. It will not break you. It will not break you. I know you feel like you're bending back and forth, back and forth. One day it's up, one day it's down, one day it's up, one day it's down. But it will not break you. Start professing over yourself that this situation will not break me. Who didn't love you, who dropped you, who lied on you, who didn't come when you needed them to come, the ones who you lent money to, but then when you got broke, when you became broke, they couldn't lend you any money. They were nowhere to be found. The people that you called and checked up on, but then when you needed to be checked up on, nobody called you. Nobody sent a smoke signal. Nobody sent an email. Nobody sent a text message. But it will not break you. This situation that you're in right now is only making things clear clear for you. It's giving you clarity in this moment. That's what this situation is doing. This situation is causing you to press in and to apply pressure to the things in your life that require pressure to be applied. Hear what I'm saying right now. Hear what I'm saying right now. People don't know if they're going to get stimulus checks. People don't know if they're going to get unemployment from one week to the next. People don't know if they're going to eat groceries. A lot of people are going through a lot of things right now. One thing that I can say above and beyond everything else that I'm going to say on this live, tap into who God is. Do it now. Do it now. If you've never prayed, if you've never sought God, if you've never wanted to know who God was, this time now in your life is the best and most prime time for you to go ahead and tap into who God is. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a position. You don't have to be a minister. You don't have to be anything in the church. You can be you in your house, praising an almighty God, praising an omniscient God, praising an omnipotent God, a God who is your peace, a God who is your protection, a God who is your deliverer. You alone can emanate and can cultivate the presence of God in your midst, to where all of this stuff that's coming at all of us, it's not just you. It's not just you. I know sometimes you may feel like, oh, am I the only one going through? Oh, am I the only one losing? Oh, am I the only one getting the short end of the stick? No, you are not the only one that is going through. You are not the only one getting the short end of the stick right now. But this is what I will say. God comes close to those who are brokenhearted. So if your heart is broken right now, you get ready for a move of God. You get ready for God to come in and intervene in your situation. You get ready for God to show up and show you who he is in your life. Up until this point, many of you have said, yeah, I love God. I know God. I understand who God is. But in reality, you have not known God to be a deliverer. You have not known God to be a healer. You have not known God to be your protection. You have not known God to be everything that you need. You have not known God to be I am. I am, and you put whatever you want to put in the remaining part of that sentence. You've not known God in that aspect. And right now, he is showing you who he is. He is showing you that when you get to the end of your rope, when you get to the end of the road, when you don't see light at the end of the tunnel, he is showing you, I'm the light. I'm the way. The way where? The way to wherever it is you have to go. The way to a better life. The way to a better family. The way to a better amount of income. The way to a better business. The way to a better household environment. The way to a better marriage. The way to a better family. The way to a better being a better parent to your child. He is the way. He is the truth. And he is the light. We are in a time where there's a lot of darkness right now. And so the darkness that is surrounding us, we need a light in the middle of this darkness. And God already sent his son Jesus, who is a light, to come in and to light your footsteps as you walk through this what we're all walking through. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Stop being fearful. Stop being afraid of what might come. Stop being afraid of things that have not even happened yet. Stop being afraid of what you think might happen tomorrow. Stop being afraid of who you think might do this or who you think might do that. Stop being afraid. Stop being worryful. Stop being doubtful. God has brought you this far, thus far. He has brought you this far, thus far. And God is not into dropping the ball. God is not like an NBA player who will get to the last second and shoot the ball, and the ball will miss, and the ball will brick, and the ball will fly out into the stands. That's not the God that you serve. The God that you serve is the God who was able to bring Daniel out of the lion's den. The God that you serve is the God who was able to bring Noah, set him in a boat, and make sure that the flood wouldn't overtake him. Yes, the God that you serve was the God who was able to take Joseph from the pit to the palace. Hear me when I say what I say. The God that you serve was the God who knocked Paul off of the donkey on Damascus, and was able to drop the scales from his eyes so he could see clearly, and so he could get revelation from God, so he could hear the voice of God. That's the same God you serve, the God who was powerful back then, the God who Elijah could call fire from heaven and fire would burn up the altar even though it was soaking wet. This is the God that you serve, the God who is supernatural, meaning he's above everything that you see right here. Everything that you see horizontally, that's natural. God is supernatural, meaning he is above natural. That means he is more than natural. That means all of this stuff that we think is going on, he has it under control. It may look like total chaos to you. It may look like total disruption to you. It may look like everything has gone haywire. But as Tynisha is my name and God is my witness, God has it all under control. This thing will not break you. This thing will not break you. And when I'm talking about this thing that will not break you, I'm not only talking about those things that are external. I'm talking about those things that are also internal. Right now, you have a whole lot of people who are suffering from anxiety. You have a whole lot of people who are suffering from depression. You have a whole lot of people who are suffering from fear. You have a whole lot of people who are suffering from internal enemies. We don't have to talk about the family and the friends and the foes. A lot of people are suffering from internal enemies. The rejection, the bitterness, the unforgiveness. Do you know all of those things can literally lead to health problems? The people who you just, I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. That's okay. They going on about their business. But here you are still holding that in your heart. You got to let some people and some problems go. And when I say let them go, what I mean is stop being mad about what they did or did not do. Stop being mad about who they are and who they are not to you. Stop being mad about how they talk to you. Stop being mad about what they did say and what they didn't say. It doesn't matter. You're giving too much control. You're giving too much energy. You're giving too much credibility to people who don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. They don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. So my advice to you is this. Is to stop letting people abuse you. Stop letting people walk around in your mind with dirty footprints. Stop letting people control you. Stop letting people manipulate you. Stop letting people intimidate you. Stop letting people dominate you. The biggest weapon that the enemy uses against you is other people. And then after other people, he wants to use you after you. He wants to have you destroy you. Oh, well, I'm upset, I'm anxious, I'm depressed. I'm going to go out and drink myself until I feel better. I'm anxious and I'm depressed. I'm going to go out and I'm going to smoke myself until I feel better. All the while, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. You're helping the enemy. You're aiding and abetting the enemy in killing you. In killing you. And you might just say, well, it's just a little weed. It's just a little alcohol. But a little weed and a little alcohol turns into a lot of alcohol and a lot of weed. I don't care what we say. It still impacts our lungs. It still impacts our liver and everything else. But we think it's just a good time. No, it's not just a good time. It's not just a good time to keep letting men and women come get in your bed and feel like I'm going to sex my problems away. When actuality, once you reach climax and orgasm, your problem's still sitting there on the edge of the bed while you putting on your drawers and you putting on your pants and you clipping your bra back together and you putting on your socks and you putting on your shoes and you grabbing your keys and you getting in your car to go back home, or you sending him or her off to go back to their home. Your problem is still there. So sex is not the answer. Drugs is not the answer. A lot of people are indulging in things that they feel like is helping them escape. It's not helping you escape. It's exacerbating your problem, meaning it's making it bigger. Why am I suffering from anxiety? Could it be because what you're ingesting in your body? When we all got back on this pandemic, when it first started, everybody was like, oh yeah, I'm eating snacks. Yeah, I'm eating this. Yeah, I'm eating that. Yeah, I'm drinking that. Yeah, I'm smoking that. Now you've gotten a vice, or now you've gotten an addiction that when we come out of this is going to have to be broken off of you. Don't fall into the tricks and the traps of the enemy. He is slick and he is sly and he is cunning. And he will use you, the inner me, as your enemy. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not just saying this because I don't have anything else to say. I'm walking through the grocery store and God was like, get on. Start talking. I didn't even plan. I wanted to go get my groceries, get out this rain, go home, put my groceries in the house, and let that just be what it is. Because it's raining cats and dogs out here. But God said, no, tell my people what I am saying right now. And what he is saying right now is this will not break you. Trust God. You may not be able to trust your mother. You may not be able to trust your father. You may not be able to trust your kids. You may not be able to trust your friends. You may not be able to trust your church members. You may not be able to trust anybody around you in this particular moment. But God is saying, trust me. Trust me. Put it in my hand. Put it in my hand and watch and see when I multiply it, just like I've multiplied multiple things before. God specializes in multiplication. He is a master mathematician. Put it in his hands. Put the situation in his hands. Get you some sleep. Get you some rest. Stop waking up and stop waking up early and going to bed late because your mind is just racing. Get you some sleep. Give it over to God. Stop worrying about it. Worrying, one, is a sin. Two, worrying contributes to stress. Worrying contributes to you just feeling not well in your stomach, right? It releases certain toxins and certain hormones into your body. And then it wears down your immune system. And then once it wears down your immune system, you find yourself stop worrying. Stop worrying. You're contributing to your own sickness. God got you. I couldn't say it no more less ghettoer than that. God got you. Yes, I'm educated, got 3 degrees, but God got you. He got you. Stop worrying about if that man's going to leave you and he playing games with your mind. Stop worrying about that woman if she's going to leave you because she's using you and not getting what she wants out of the situation. Stop letting people manipulate you. Stop letting people pull you whichever way they want to pull you. Stop letting people walk into your life and walk around your life with dirty shoes on. You remember back in the day when your mom or your grandma, I know my mom and my grandma, had that living room that nobody could go into because it was white furniture and white carpet and white figurines? You better not go in there and sit down on that couch. You better not go walk around that living room. Because that was a room that was restricted that nobody could go into because the stuff in there was valuable. Start looking at your body and your peace and your mind and your spirit as that living room. That everybody can't go into that living room. You dang sure can't walk around in this living room with your shoes on. You can't bring your filth and your funk into my living room and sit down on my couch and disturb the atmosphere of my mind or disturb the atmosphere of my spirit. I will not allow you to do it. And this is the internal attitude you have to have about your life. This is your life. This is your life. This is your peace. This is your mental health. Stop letting people treat you any kind of way and you stand by and you're okay with it. I'm not saying walk around with a chip on your shoulder. I'm not saying walk around like you got an attitude. I'm not saying walk around like you conceited and arrogant, but walk around like you have respect for yourself and you just don't let people handle you any kind of way, because people will handle you any kind of way because some people operate through the spirit, with a spirit from the enemy. They want to come and break you down bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, whether it's wanting to break you down because of your race, wanting to break you down because of your weight, wanting to break you down because of where you do live and where you don't live, wanting to break you down because of your educational background, wanting to break you down because you are this or you are that or not that. Stop letting people break you down. It will not break you. But just like you have to get physical strength, you have to get some mental strength. Some mental fortitude when you're dealing with life, when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with situations. Everything that come up against you doesn't even have enough value to get your response. Some things Really? Really? I've had so many people call me nonchalant. That's because some things don't matter in life. They may sting. They may leave a little small bruise, but they don't matter. The opinions of other people don't matter. But a lot of people who have an opinion of you want to be you. A lot of people who have an opinion of you want to be in your situation, but they can't be in your situation because they're not built for it. You're built differently. So the fact that you're built differently, that means you carry a certain level of weight that they couldn't carry. And when people see that, they envy that. But that's okay. That's what blessed means. People be walking around talking about I'm blessed. I am blessed and highly favored of the Lord. Yes, ma'am, you are blessed. But do you know what blessed means when you look up the word blessed? It means fortunate and to be envied. Come on now. To be envied. So while we're saying, yeah, we are blessed and highly favored. Your peace is, people want your peace. Your happiness, people want your happiness. Your love that you emanate, people want that. But no matter what anybody wants or says or does to you, one thing I love about God and what he promised you is that there would be a hedge of protection around you. What he promised you is that there would be angels on your behalf going to war on your behalf. So when other people raise up against you, God has a whole army, legion of angels who step in and say, no, not this one. Nah, not this one. Not this one. You can't touch this one. It, like MC Hammer used to say, I can't touch this. That's what this legion of angels is saying on your behalf. When it seems like all hell is coming against you, know that you have all heaven backing you. When it seems like you're losing, know that in the background of your life, if you would just take your eyes for a moment off of what you think is going wrong and what you think you're losing and the negativity that you think is taking place in your life, take your eyes off of it for one split second and look to the hills from which cometh your help, because your help cometh from the Lord. You can call me religious, you can call me churchy, you can call me a Bible thumper, but one thing that I can say is God is the homie. God is my homie. Because I done been through too much, and he helped me, and he gave me the strategy to go through it, and he told me what to do to go through it. He told me how it would play out, and it played out exactly how he said it would play out. Stop worrying about people who don't have their life together, but have so much opinion about your life. You can't pay your bills, but you're worried about somebody else being financially blessed. You don't even keep your house clean, but you're worried about somebody who just got a new house. You don't even take your car to the car wash, but you're worried about somebody who got a new car. You don't even keep your clothes clean and wash them. They stay in the middle of the floor, but you're worried about who got new clothes. The man that you did have, you treated him so bad. The woman that you did have, you treated her so bad. But then you sitting on Instagram worried about why somebody in a relationship and their relationship look fake. And their relationship probably ain't all that it's cracked up to be. But you couldn't even keep the man or the woman that God sent to you. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm really, really keeping it real. You worried about how somebody else done graduated from college or got their degree, but then at the same time, when you was in school, you fluffed off. You didn't pay attention. Oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. Huh? You worried about somebody else's children, but your children, you dog out. You call your kids all kind of names. You call your kids everything under the sun but a child of God, and you worried about how somebody else handled their children. This thing ain't gonna break you. This thing ain't gonna break you. This is light work. This is light work. Truth be told, the people who come up against you, if they really knew what you were working with, if they really knew who you were, that's how you know a person who you ain't connected to God coming up against me. Because if you was connected to God, you'd already know this is a battle that you're not even really wanting to be in. Like they say in the streets, this ain't really what you want. And I'm not saying it in an arrogant, conceited kind of way. But all I know is that God has shown me, in his word, he's shown me some promises. And those promises are that he is a strong tower, that he is a refuge, that he is a protector, that he is a deliverer, that he will curse those who curse me. He told me all of this. It's there in the Bible. It's in the word. I didn't write this. This ain't according to Tynisha. This is what the word of God says. So if the word of God, the creator of the universe, had the audacity to tell me that I'm protected, to tell me that I am covered, to tell me that there's a hedge of protection around me, the God of the universe had the audacity to tell me he's concerned about every hair on my head. The God of the universe told me that he cares for me just like he cares for the birds of the field. The God of this earth told me that I am a little lower than the angels. The God of this earth told me that I am the apple of his eye. The God of this earth said that he will turn and flip heaven and hell upside down to come see about me. This thing ain't gonna break you. This thing ain't gonna break you. See, people fail to realize that when they come up against you, they come against the God that's in you. See, it ain't that you don't like me. You really don't like the God that's in me. And that's okay, because God handles his enemies accordingly. Have you seen what God does to his enemies in the word of God? Have you seen what God does to his enemies? That's why you ain't got to be worried about who, what, when, where, why, how. God is handling it all. People drop dead in the Bible because they come up against people who have God, who walk with God. And people think it's a joke. And it's not witchcraft, manipulation, intimidation, or domination. The truth of the matter is that when you really walk with God and you really say, God, I'm sold out to you. God, I really just want your favor. God, I really just want your direction in my life. God, I just really want you. When you got that kind of relationship with God and you say to God, I'm serious about you, God. When you get serious about God, God gets serious about you. He's been serious about you, but he gets even more serious about you. Look at how God handles the enemies. The enemies. God is not playing about you. God is not playing about you. He just wants you to do one thing. One thing in this moment. Trust him. Trust him that you're going to have enough finances. Trust him that if you're dealing with an illness, that you will be healed. Trust him that the family will be reconciled. Trust him that the relationship will not break you. Trust him that whatever's going on in your life that's not right in this moment, that God in a twinkling of an eye can fix it. He can fix it, but he needs you to be in agreement with him. How can two walk together lest they agree? A lot of times you don't agree with God because you're too busy doubting. You're too busy worrying. You're too busy being afraid. You're too busy, well, God, I'm going back and forth. Don't be double-minded with God. A double-minded man or woman is unstable in all their ways. Either believe God or don't. Either trust God or don't. But I promise you, trusting God and believing God on this side of the equation, it's going to make it all work out on this side of the equation. He's just building your muscles right now. Back in college, I did what's called kinesiology. Yeah. Lifting weights. You got to tear down the muscle in order to build the stronger muscle. Do you understand what that means? That means I got to tear up something in order for it to get stronger. So when these people come against you, it's just the enemy trying to tear up something, trying to tear you down, trying to break something in you. But what he does not know is that while he's trying to tear, while he's trying to break, while he's trying to rip, while he's trying to move you out of where you are and out of what you're doing, God is all the while making you stronger. You're on that bench and you trying to lift it. God, I'm trying to lift it. And God is right there. Come on. You got this. God is that coach that's in your ear. He's that spirit in you to say, you know what, you got this. I know it looks hard. I know it's something that you've never been up against before. I know this is something that it looks like it's going to tear you up. He goes about like a roaring lion. That's all he does. He roars. He roars. But see, you got God on your side. The enemy gets in people who roar. They talk a lot. They yell a lot. They cuss a lot. And he's in them and they're roaming, seeing who they can devour. But you can't devour a child of God. You cannot, you don't have access to that. I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it. Just back up, enemy. Just back up, because you don't know what you're building. All this that's coming against you, it does not know what it's building. It just does not want you to know who you are. If he can keep you like this, make sure there's no personal information on here. If he can keep you like this the whole time, to where you can't even see who you are. I can't see me right now. I can't see me right now. But see, one thing about God is when God comes in, he starts doing this. The enemy fight back, and the enemy say, you know what? I don't want her to see her. I don't want him to see him. No. But all the while, God like this. God is showing you. And you stronger than what you plan to be. You're more courageous. You're more capable than what you're playing to be. That situation in the past got you believing that you're weaker than what you are. Let the weak say I'm strong. That ain't me. That's scripture. Let the weak say I'm strong. Those people who abused you, those people who talked crazy to you, those people who treated you any kind of way, they didn't know that they were a building block. All the while they handing you building blocks. Building. I'm building. Oh, you lied on me? I'm building. You talk crazy to me and call me on my name? I'm building. You said I wasn't going to be nothing? I'm building. Woo. You said my business wasn't going to flourish? I'm building. Y'all better hear what I'm saying. It ain't going to break you. It ain't going to break you. It ain't going to break you. Say that to yourself. Get in the mirror. I'm looking in the mirror right now. Tynisha, it ain't going to break you. What anybody saying ain't going to break you. Oh, I'm looking in my mirror right now. Excuse me, y'all. Give me a moment. Oh, yeah, the lies ain't going to break you. The people who didn't support you ain't going to break you. The people who talk bad about you ain't going to break you. The doubt ain't going to break you. Oh, the worry ain't gonna break you. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. Give me a moment right now. I'm just having I'm having a side conversation right now. Oh yeah, the doubt, it ain't gonna break you. Oh, the fear, it's not going to break you. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. It's not gonna break you, y'all. It's not going to break you. You've been through worse. You came out of it. God is the same God. He is still the same strong tower. He is still the strong fighter on your behalf. And sometimes if we just get quiet and sit back, relax, fix our hair, sip us some water, and let God be God, you will see the manifested presence of God in your situation. Relax today. Relax. Breathe. Calm down. It's not going to break you. It's not going to break you. This has been your girl, Tynisha. Coming up out of the Publix with my, well, they ain't really ashy. It's my dry hands because I'm always putting sanitizer on them. Loving you. Giving you a big hug a big old hug from afar. It's not going to break you. It's not going to break you. And so until next time, love you. Bye.